presenting challenges that the country was about to encounter. Our colleagues went for a caucus, they came here, they just supported everything, including him. Now they are crying. Is he in order to begin crying? When after a caucus meeting they came here and supported every Apex bill, is he in order?
Thank you. Honorable colleague, I remember the colleagues here had issues which they raised and the ministers responded to them. They were given assurances. Okay? Now, his issue is that the assurances which were given are not being implemented. So the member is in order to raise this issue. Okay?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for that wise ruling, as usual. Right Honorable Speaker, I also want to urge the Minister of Public Service that there are people who do jobs that are specialized, especially the ferry pilots and drivers. So a consideration should be taken when we are giving these allowances and salaries. That is my prayer.
Thank you. Honourable Minister for Public Service.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, I quite appreciate the anguish and the concern of the Honourable Members who use ferry services because the services are not operating well due to our RAPEX. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, you realize that we are still under a transition period and that it's only just a few weeks, I must say, that a few weeks that most of the money we need was actually transferred to the various votes. Right Honourable Speaker, when we were discussing this matter, the RAPEX committee agreed that ferry operators and the people who run our graders in local government and so on, and the mechanics be treated as scientists. What does that mean? It means that the public service pay scale of U8 will not now apply to them, because these are technical people. They are well schooled in their field of operation. They are now being considered as scientists. Therefore, it's going to go up so that they are better motivated to work. And when they work, they don't actually even spoil our machinery, because the machinery actually is very, very expensive. So we are, Right Honourable Speaker, in close discussion with the Minister of Finance. We are looking at the savings, which definitely we are going to incur, and those savings we are going to have are certainly going into raising the salary of the ferry operators. Thank you.
Yes, I had a procedure matter. Then Honourable Byanyima, Honourable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My procedure matter goes to both ministers, one of Energy and the Public Service. You see, Mr. Speaker, where there is no crossing of human being on the lake, the lakes they use are the ferries. There is no remedy at all. You can justify to this parliament that you are still ongoing when people are supposed to cross a lake using a ferry or a river are not moving. And that's why, Mr. Speaker, when I was doing my procedure matter, was it still the Minister of Energy, that the transition from Umeme to Minister of Energy is not known by Parliament. We will get a number of matters of national importance here relating to power breakage everywhere. Transition of these the departments to mother ministries are supposed to be taking place, whereas citizens of Uganda are enjoying benefits as they were before. So the procedure matter I want to raise, whether it wouldn't be procedure okay for the Minister of Energy to bring a full statement here, how they are transiting from Umeme, which has been making losses throughout since inception, to now so that we know what exactly will happen. Because, Mr. Speaker, even us in Karungu, Masaka area, power is off every day. And during peak hours, when people want to cut hair, who want to prepare food, there's no power. But I want to inform you of public service. Kindly, you cannot come before this parliament and tell us that RAPEX is stopping people using ferries to go to their islands. That is very irregular, and you deserve a punishment before this house by the Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I wish I had that power. No, honorable colleagues, I think that's it's right. The issue of the transition from Umeme to UEDCL, it's something which we need to be informed about. I think that's very, very critical. So I will request the Minister for Energy to bring a statement next week. No, when we come from recess, and we handle it. But also for the record, because we are a house of record, I've heard Honorable Ssewungu saying Umeme has been making losses from the beginning. Umeme has been one of the most profitable companies. Listed on the stock exchange, giving dividends, please. It's been listed on the stock exchange, giving dividends. Okay? So, no, please, Honorable Ssewungu. It's not an issue of debate, okay? Umeme's accounts are published in the open. We are giving them a return on investment of 20% for every coin. Honorable Ssewungu, is that working to work? Thank you. Honorable Byanyima.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To me, I think Ugandans must be treated with dignity. Mururu Mukasa, Honorable Mururu Mukasa, a senior cadre of the movement and a senior citizen, he well knew that we are not in a transition. Not at all. This government is in full power, has already everything at its disposal. There was no point whatsoever, for example, to have machines packed, waiting for stock taking all over the country, a transition. What you need to do is to have some money so that roads are maintained as you put your whatever you want to put in the place properly. You can't get the whole country at a standstill. I can tell you, look at the most of these roads maintenance. It is always monthly. But as we talk now, when I'm Mururu Mukasa, they are conducting interviews. People don't know where to go. No release of money. The money we're talking of release, money was released. But who? Who wanted the beneficiaries to have got money? Whoever doesn't have a job, go and do something else. But people are stuck. We have a crisis. I would love to see Ugandans treated, because you can't tell anybody that UNRWA went to works. Manya Roya went to this. No. They want a seamless service delivery. And we are here. We have no answers. We look fools before the people. So I would have wanted the ministers to come out and say, we are extremely sorry, but with effect from next week, things will be in order. That's what we want to hear. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Odur.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to thank and congratulate you on assuming the presidency of the SCP. Ever since you got elected, this is the first time I'm speaking. And I must say that I've also read that you will be the co-chair of the SCP-SEU. The good news is that now we can hold you at a higher standard by that elevation. Mr. Speaker, my training and the knowledge of how governments run is that I thought government is a very serious institution, like absolutely serious. That whenever I interact with government and I hear from them, I actually take them very seriously. But I must say that my experience here has taught me another lesson. And I can say that I can competently, I think that this side we can now run the government. When, Mr. Speaker, when the government, the minister proposed the RAFEX bills here, one of the things we are convinced is that when you pass this law, allow us a window, do not put the commencement date, because we need to go and prepare as and when we are ready. Then we shall issue the instrument operationalizing the law. And now we are hearing government in a very casual and unserious manner tell us that we got lost along the way. And then we found ourselves in the transition. These are things within your control. If you are not ready, let them continue. No one from our side had said UNRWA must stop today and transit. No one said that. So if you are not ready, my proposal, because I've also received communication, it makes me reflect back how some of our parents, and I hope many of your parents, when the retrenchment policy took place, many of our parents suffered, as if it was a deliberate ploy that time to patch some people out of holding some offices. Now you remove people who are in UNRWA, advertise their jobs, and then refuse even to shortlist them. Then you see other people who do not have even experience are the ones being.
Jonathan, please.
I humbly take the Women's Day has just happened. Let me allow a woman to give information.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to inform the current speaker on the floor. We did very well from the caucus, but the problem now, when we came in the house to settle issues, they walked out. How can you expect those things to come? Now you're crying. If you had not walked out, everything was going to be smooth. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. For the record,
Order, Honorable colleagues, order.
For the record, Honorable Christine Akelo is my counterpart from Meruta North. I don't want to spoil her mood of celebrating the Women's Day. The point I am making, Mr. Speaker, is that the government can review. No one is pushing you to implement this law as it is. If you are not ready, please, you hold on. But the number of people who are complaining, if we give them time, who have been unfairly left out of this whatever transition, is alarming. That you had assured us here that you transit some of those staff into the mainstream, and now they see their names are missing. Mr. Speaker, if it pleases you, a select committee or a committee of this House should re-examine all these matters together and report. Otherwise, we are headed for a disaster. And every week, we shall be entertaining the same matters here. So that the government, we can interact and find a middle ground that facilitates both the government to do its work, but also ensures that the people we represent are happy about this service. I beg to submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Jonathan. You know, colleagues, you receive calls and messages which are very painful. They got people who did their job very well. Now when they reach the other side, we want to give it scientists. Like in UNRWA, people who are not scientists, who have remained with jobs, I think you can just count a few. And these are people who have been working really hard, but it was as if the scheme has been designed to eliminate all of them, you know, and they are coming to us. They are coming to us. Honourable Minister, I know you can shake your head, but it's painful. It's painful because when we are engaging these people, we counted on your word. We counted on your word. But honourable colleagues, a select committee at this stage also is not helpful because it will also take a very long time. What I propose would be that the minister brings a statement, a full statement, okay, on giving us an update on implementation of RAPEX, clearly showing especially recruitment as its own section, okay. This because there is a statement to each honourable minister you brought, but we had said we should update it and strengthen it. I need the minister's attention, please, when the speaker is talking to him. The honourable minister, I don't know if you could update that statement, okay? We look at recruitment, we look at other challenges, because you will find challenges. Some of them are budgetary in nature, you need our support. Some of them, there are lacunas in the law, you need our support. And we work out together, because in the end we are accountable to the people. So, Honourable Minister. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me. I had actually wanted to come in that the minister should come up with a comprehensive status report. It should not only mention the recruitment process, but also the status of service delivery for each entity that was rationalized. For example, you should tell us if UNRWA was looking after so many kilometers of roads, how are they now? For electricity, what is the situation? So that we now get a comprehensive picture to enable us answer questions from our various constituencies.